Okay, the rumors are true. I am not on a GPL1, but I do want to talk about today my journey with my wellness and my weight loss that was kind of unexpected. I am super happy that I went on this journey, and I'm going to talk about how I have been struggling with my health and wellness for the past 5 years and what I did to change it and to lose pounds in a really short period. So let's get into it. I have my notes to give you all a comprehensive look into how I completely changed my health and wellness since the beginning of this year. It's only the mid of February, and I want to share my journey so that anyone else who is also struggling with their health and wellness and struggling with all the things that I have struggled with for the past 5 years, I'm hoping that this could be some insight for you and just proof that you might have something underlying that no one ever thinks of, and even medical professionals don't even think of, because that's what happened to me. So I'm going to talk about how I have lost over 20 pounds since January the 5th, and it is now February the 15th of 2026. Yes, I did this all within like a month and a half-ish. So before we get started, did I starve myself? No. I ate a lot, actually. Did I do crazy workouts in the gym? No, I actually didn't work out that much. But we're going to get into the details. Let's just start at the beginning. So around 2020, I started having some significant health issues, just overall health, inside and out. Like my health just kind of like took show. So I was having a lot of chronic health issues that kind of seemed like they came out the blue, kind of. At this time, I was in a very high stress job. So I just attributed everything that I was feeling and everything that was happening as like, I'm just stressed out. This is just stress. It is what it is. But from 2020 to 2025, symptoms started getting way worse for me, just how I felt internally. And I also started to gain a lot of weight. And as someone who is highly fit, highly active, I could not like get my weight down or under control, no matter what I did. And it was very frustrating because as a health and wellness professional who has been in the industry for 15 years and literally like my job is helping people do this, I'm following the same advice and it's not working. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, there's something underlying. There's something else going on. So I went down a medical rabbit hole and I finally found my answers. So I just want to talk about like the health symptoms that I was struggling with while I was on this 5-year journey of just struggle and just my health crashing. I will say I thought a lot of this was due to, oh, you're getting older. You know, I kind of fell into that mindset. In American standards, there's this belief, there's this mindset like, oh, as we get older, we feel like we look like like, I don't know who made up these rules, but I do not subscribe to that narrative, okay? But the way I was feeling and the symptoms I was having, I was starting to believe like, damn, I am almost 40. Maybe this is just how it is. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, no, girl, you've lived in another country and saw people who were older thriving in life. Like, this does not have to be this way because of your age. Like, no. So let's talk about the symptoms I was having for 5 years that were just debilitating. So number one, I had significant weight gain. The weight was just there. It was going nowhere. Like I was puffy. It was just a hot mess. And for me and for my body type, you know, a lot of people are like, oh, you thick, you look good, blah, 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 booty, boobs. And I'm like, but I feel like inside. I'm all for body positivity and being comfortable in your body, curves. I'm a curvy girl still. But when I was heavier, I felt internally like so that is a problem. I don't care how I look on the outside, the problem was coming from within. I started to have autoimmune symptoms. So there's a lot of different autoimmune diseases out there, and sometimes it can be kind of hard to pinpoint, and especially depending on whatever medical provider that you have. I amazingly have a phenomenal primary care doctor that my whole family sees, and I'm thankful that she did not like prescribe me medication for a autoimmune that I actually did not have, because I had a lot of different symptoms of different types of autoimmune. I got tests ran and everything came back negative. I'm thankful for her, because a lot of doctors, unfortunately, you present them with the symptoms and sometimes they just give you a medication, although you might actually not have, said autoimmune disease. Like literally last year, 2025, it was at its worst. I started to suffer from lower leg and like foot swelling, like bad. Like y'all, the cankles were real. And it's like no matter how active I was, how much water I drank, I don't have a high sodium diet. My ankles and my feet and my legs would just swell up like balloons throughout the day. And I have a standing desk at work. Even when I worked in the hospital and I would walk like and be on my feet all day, the ankles would just swell up like balloons and my feet. And also I would wear compression socks and it really wouldn't help. So I dealt with that for 5 years and it got really, really bad over the past year. And I was just really frustrated. My blood pressure was starting to become elevated as well, which I have always had very low blood pressure. So I'm just like, I don't know what's happening with me. Next, I started to have, and I've been suffering from gut health issues. If you guys have watched that video, you can go back and watch that. But I started having just like really bad gut issues. No matter what I would eat, even if I would eat cleaner, healthier, I was still suffering from gut issues. And it is debilitating. If you're someone who has any kind of chronic gut health problem, it's terrible. It is debilitating. It is miserable. And I couldn't understand why the symptoms would get worse. And even if I eat clean and healthy, the symptoms were still there. Over the past 5 years, I've also been suffering from really severe chronic fatigue to the point where I am ready to go to bed at 2 p.m. Even if I wake up at a normal time, because I normally wake up really early. But even if I wake up at a normal time, I would be just super fatigued. I would wake up just feeling like, did I even go to sleep? Like, why am I dead tired? And for a very long time, I kind of just accepted like, this is just my norm. I'm a tired person. But then I'm like, this sucks. Like, I want to do things. I want to have energy to be with my son, with my family, and enjoy life. I want to go out with friends and not be like over here, like ready to go to bed and thinking about going to bed because I'm so fatigued. And also with that fatigue comes a lot of brain mental fog. Y'all, if you've known me for the past 5 years and my brain has not been all there, I apologize. Your girl was suffering. I also was having chronic joint pain. Yes, I do have arthritis in my knee. This I've known since I was in my late 20s, but it just got to a point where it was extreme, to the point where I was like, do I need a knee replacement? Why do my wrists hurt? Why do my elbows hurt? Why do my ankles hurt? All of the freaking joints in my body just went haywire, especially over the past year and a half. Like everything just freaking hurt. My hips, everything. And I'm like, my body is literally attacking itself. So with all of these issues I was having and I was suffering from, I really thought that I was taking control of my health and wellness by focusing on my fitness and my nutrition. And little did I know, I needed to go way deeper, way, way deeper. So after taking my health in my own hands and doing what I know to do when it comes to my nutrition and my physical fitness and still seeing no results and still feeling awful internally, I went to my primary care. Y'all, I got everything tested, okay? Everything was negative. And I'm like, I understand that the test results are negative, but there is something wrong with me. There is something wrong with me. I feel like shit. Like, if this is life, take me out. I don't want to do this because I'm not going to survive. I am not going to survive this. Knowing what I know as a medical professional and a health and wellness professional, I put the two together and I'm like, okay, what am I missing that is unconventional that no one's looking at? And then I remember a conversation I had with my injectionist, and she told me, because I asked her, I've always had bags underneath my eyes since I was like a teenager. And I'm like, girl, what can we do about these bags underneath my eyes? Because, yeah, I'm sick of them. She told me at that time, and this was like 2.5 years ago, she told me this. She said, I am not going to touch anything on your face. You are inflamed and you need to take care of your inflammation. At the time, I was like, girl, you don't want this money? You know, like what? So I was like, okay, inflamed. Everyone, this is like a hot term that everyone's talking about nowadays. Inflammation, inflamed, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, you're a medical professional too, just in a different sense. And I can understand that you can see inflammation. I get it. You see people's faces, their bodies all day, every day. I'm the same. I can see that in someone as well. But I didn't see it in myself until I started this anti-inflammatory detox on January the 5th of 2026. And y'all, it changed my life. I found and searched for a legit anti-inflammatory detox, not some supplement that you take or electrolytes that you take or some lemon juice with olive oil. No. That is not how you get rid of inflammation. I'm sorry these influencers are telling you otherwise. Do not fall for that trap. They're just wanting you to buy something. Anyways, back to the story. I found Dr. Mark Hyman's anti-inflammatory 10-day detox, and I trust this man because he's a functional medical doctor, and I kind of lean toward that side of the medical world anyway. So I was like, you know what? I have nothing to lose. I feel like anyway, what's the worst that can happen? It's 10 days. So here we go. We're going on this anti-inflammatory diet. I don't know. Maybe I'm inflamed. Maybe I'm not. I would do anything at this point, like besides take the weight loss shot. So another story for another day. Anyways, let's break down what this anti-inflammatory detox was all about, because y'all, it was eye-opening. It was eye-opening for sure. It was eye-opening. Let's get into what actually is inflammation. I know you guys have heard it all over the internet, all over social media, people saying, do this, do that to get rid of inflammation. But like, do we know what inflammation is? Let's have a little science lesson. So inflammation is basically your body's natural defense mechanism to get rid of like any harmful stimuli that is within the body. So it can present as swelling, redness, anything like that, that your body is trying to get the toxins or whatever the harmful substance is within the body out. A lot of people who were like me were extremely inflamed. And that is pretty much what inflammation is. And that is what I found out that I have been chronically suffering from for 5 years. And which is why I had such a hard time losing weight, because when you're in an inflamed state, your body is doing a lot of things to fight off whatever it is that's in the body, that it cannot also be on a weight loss journey as well. It just doesn't work. So for the anti-inflammatory detox that I did, and also shout out to the hubby because he decided to take this journey with me. I didn't ask him. This was his own consent. He wanted to do this too. So, and he did it. We both did it and crushed it. Anyways, is a 10-day detox where you eliminate certain food groups for 10 whole days, and then you slowly add back food groups for 4 days at a time to see how your body responds to that specific food group. So I will say I did not go into this journey wanting to lose weight. I actually went into this journey because I wanted to feel better. I was like, I felt like trash. I need to feel better because this is not life. I cannot continue my life feeling this bad. And I knew that this was not normal. I don't care how old I am. Like, I don't care my age. I don't want to feel like this. Did I lose weight? Absolutely. I went from this to this, and this is where I am now after like I said, it's been weeks since I finished the detox. The weight loss was a side effect of getting my inflammation down and out of my body and like rehabilitating my internal health. So we're going to get into this list of what we eliminated for 10 whole days. We got rid of grains, wheat flour, gluten-free flour, beans, high starch vegetables, dairy, sugar, sweeteners, including stevia and monk fruit sweeteners, hydrogenated oils and trans fats, MSG, refined vegetable oils, ultra processed foods, caffeine, and alcohol. Yes, it is a lot. And those ingredients are in everything. I will say, by looking at this list initially, it's kind of overwhelming. You're like, oh my God, what am I going to eat? Trust me, there's so much that we ate and what we were able to eat. The key thing was we had to read ingredients lists. One thing that I found very interesting, and I was actually really upset about it, is that sweeteners and MSG have like 30 different names. So you might think, oh, I'm staying away from MSG because like for me, I know how bad MSG is for the body and I know how my body responds to it. So I thought like, oh, just look for MSG on the label. No, MSG has like 20 plus different names. What? Who created this system to kill us with food? Y'all, your girl was livid with a lot of things that came about during this 10-day detox. I really thought that I would die with having no caffeine for 10 days because I've never gone a day in my life without caffeine. But mind you, I only drink like 1 to 2 cups of coffee a day. So it's not like someone who drinks a lot of energy drinks. I don't do that. But I really still thought I was going to die. I did not though. I survived. And I did not actually have any withdrawal symptoms, which was nice because I was concerned. I'm like, I have to work, I teach fitness classes, and I have to do all the things in my life, and I cannot be over here going through withdrawal. After the 10-day detox phase, which is like phase 1 of the program, you add back a food group for 4 days to see how your body responds because an inflammatory process is going to be different for every individual. What inflames me might not inflame you, vice versa. So I noticed like with my husband and I, since we went on this journey together, there were things that he was able to add back and be okay with. Me, absolutely not. And I knew it would be like that. I have a lot more like food sensitivities than he does. You just add back a food group every 4 days, listen to your body and see how you respond. And eventually you will have added everything back or everything that you want to add back. There are some food groups that I am not adding back because I know they make me feel like trash. Now I'm going to give you the nitty gritty and my thoughts of this whole process. I start out with results. Everyone wants to know results. So I started January the 5th at, well, actually, you know what? We're going to get the real results out on my phone. That's what we're going to do. We're going to look this up. I'm going to give you the hardcore data. I'm a data girly anyway, so let's just go from here. So I started on the 5th of January. I was 196.8 pounds. Then by the 9th, crazy, by the 9th of January, I was down to 190. And I'm going to fast forward to the 13th. That's the last time I weighed myself. I am now 181. Okay. So that is how much I have lost so far. And another question I'm receiving, like when people see me in person, they're like, oh my gosh, so much has changed. And I'm like, yeah, look at this face and then that face. Oh my gosh. So this picture right here is not even a month difference. And you can see how the inflammation is gone in my face. Y'all, it's unreal what inflammation can do to the body and how you have to get it out of your body. That is just a physical result of doing this 10-day detox. Now it says 10-day detox, but it's actually more than 10 days because you are adding back a food group, and it's like a lot of different food groups over time, over 4 days at a time. So it's technically like way longer than a 10-day process, but totally worth it. Number one, you have to read ingredients. So what I found was a lot of ingredients are highly inflammatory in our food here in America. And that is why I was suffering with not being able to lose weight, and also with just the chronic fatigue, the autoimmune symptoms that I was having for a very long time. All of that played a role in the ingredients that I was eating. Although I eat healthy, eat clean, and organic, I also learned that organic foods still have inflammatory ingredients such as gums and things like that to help thicken and preserve food. Read your ingredients and also know those terminologies and different wording for different inflammatory ingredients, because that is something I honestly did not know. I knew like the normal term, like the common day term, but I didn't know the other 30 terms that some of these ingredients have. And it was very eye-opening. And once we eliminated all of that from our food, y'all, I mean, it was game on, and like immediate changes within like just how we felt internally and also how we looked externally. Like, it's insane. I will say preparation is key. If you do any kind of detox, the preparation is key. If you are not prepared for something like this, you are going to fail. My husband and I mapped out everything we would eat for days, okay? We would do the first 5 days. This is what we're eating for breakfast. This is what we're eating for lunch. This is what we're eating for snacks. This is it. When I say we cooked, we normally cook, but y'all, we cooked. We were in that kitchen like every day cooking or prepping something. And we still do that to this day because we're just in this mindset, we're not going back. Like, I feel amazing. I'm not going back to this lifestyle that I had before. It's not happening. I look great. I feel great. And this is the new norm. Like, this is it. This is the cheat code. I have no fatigue. This is wild. This is the crazy part right here for me. Before I did this anti-inflammatory detox, I was, y'all, tired was not the word. Your girl was tired. Oh, I was so freaking tired 24/7. I now have a hard time going to sleep. Like, I'm in bed like, what are we gonna do? I have really long days. I'm up at 4:15 because I'm either going to a workout class for myself, or I'm going to teach, or, I'm up. I'm an early riser. I'm up. Work all day and then go teach classes in the evening, and then come home, be a mom and a business owner and a content creator. So I should be tired. I have so much energy. It is unreal. Like, the energy is through the roof. Just because I'm not inflamed. Joint pain is bare minimum. I thought I had arthritis. Where's the pain? The pain is gone. I don't have any joint pain anywhere. If I overdo it, of course, the knee is a bothersome pain in my ass, but nothing like it has been for the past 5 years. No other joints hurt. My hips used to kill me. And I used to think, well, I had this big baby, hips are just going to be destroyed for life. Like, no, it was an inflammatory response. Of course, the weight loss. I have been trying for 5 years to go from 196-ish 198 to 196, that's where I kind of stayed for the past 5 years. I have been busting my ass for 5 years to get down just to the 180s. Like 189 is what I was going for, like baby steps. I have not been able to reach that 189 in 5 years. I counted macros. I literally like had a caloric deficit that was 1400. I did all the things. I like increased my caloric, intake, did all the things, clean eating, meal prepping, etc. Working my ass off in cardio, doing all these workouts, like nothing was getting me from like 198 to 189, nothing for 5 years. I do this inflammatory detox. I am down to 181. I barely worked out. I taught my classes and I focused on stretching. I made all my meals at home. I looked at every single ingredient that went into my mouth. Everything that I bought in the grocery store, if I didn't make it myself, I read every single ingredient. If it had one ingredient that did not go in alignment of this program, I had to find an alternative. That got me to a weight loss that wasn't even, it was so far from my goal in my brain. Like I can never get there because I've been trying to get there and it's not going to happen for me. Now I have gone like way beyond my goals and it's just crazy. It's really crazy. And only thing I changed is like literally the ingredients I ate. Because on this program, you can eat as much as you want, as long as you're eating within the parameters. No gut issues. Never in my life for the past, I would say 14 years, I have never felt the way I feel now with my gut. I have never. It's been over a decade since I have had a normal gut health, gut function, not having pain, bloating. The swelling in my ankles and lower legs, where your girl got bony ankles, okay? I have heels that are too big around the ankles. The ones that have the straps around, too big. I don't even know what to do with them now. Like, because I can't wear them because it looks crazy. No swelling. Crazy. I have my face back. Like, my face is normal. I actually have my face back. Like, I know who she is. I didn't know that other girl. That was not me. It wasn't. I don't know who she was. She was great, but this is me. And lastly, I'm just happy AF. Like, I took control of my health and wellness and I did something for me that was unconventional and that most people don't even think about. And I believed it. I trusted in it. I know the science behind it and it worked. So I feel great about that. And also, since the hubby decided to do it too, he has also lost over 20 pounds of weight that he has gained. And he's been struggling to, lose. He has also turned his whole health around too. So it's just been an amazing journey together. So now we're going to get into what I found out about foods that inflame me personally. So during the add back phase, again, you're adding back in a food group over 4 days, see how your body responds, and then move forward to the next food group, etc. And I found out some interesting things. I am highly sensitive to grains, even the healthy ones. They don't do well for my gut. My gut does not like them. My body's like, no, no, no. This is inflammatory. Let's not eat this. So I love cauliflower rice. Think what you think. That's your business, but I love it. I'm not here trying to push cauliflower rice on anyone, but I love cauliflower rice. So I substitute rice with that. And I love a quinoa, but y'all, it ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. No grains for me. Also grapes. I cannot eat grapes. Grapes, inflammatory. They're out of here. Like, I love them. They're a great source of something sweet. Can't do it. Nope. Inflamed immediately. Not happening. This one was really hard, because I love a good cheese. But y'all, dairy? Oh, and it's crazy to know now that dairy is inflammatory for me, because I was heavy on the Greek yogurt because, in the health and wellness industry, we preach about getting that protein in. And for people who have a hard time eating, or they need something quick in the mornings for breakfast, a go-to for mine was Greek yogurt with some whey protein powder in it. No wonder my gut was struggling, because dairy inflames me severely, like severely and immediately. No dairy for me. It is very rare now that I eat dairy. Yes, I still eat pizza and I make pizza from home. That's like my one dairy thing that I will eat like a week, every other week, but like I stay away from dairy now. It's painful. It's not worth it. Bread that I don't make at home, or any kind of like baked good that I don't make at home, because they just have so many ingredients that are inflammatory to preserve it longer on the shelf. And I found that like when I eat bread outside the house, it just blows me up. So I just stick to bread that I make and baked goods that I make at home. And lastly, alcohol. Alcohol, literally, I can see the effects of alcohol in my face, like literally the next day. Like my face is like a round balloon when I have alcohol, any kind of alcohol, liquor, wine, anything. If it has alcohol in it, I will have a balloon face the next day. Here are my final thoughts of this whole process. Would I do the 10-day anti-inflammatory detox again? Absolutely. Would I recommend it for anyone? Absolutely, because it has literally changed my life in a quick amount of time and shown me that, girl, you don't need a weight loss shot, okay? You're just inflamed. You just need to get rid of your inflammation. And I know like some people may be struggling with their health and wellness and feel so stuck, but as someone who likes to take a more holistic approach to health and wellness, think about inflammation first, real inflammation, not what these influencers are trying to tell you and sell you. Think about like, could you just be highly inflamed? Could you like try to see if that will work before we go to like another medical route that may have a lot of consequences behind it? I'm never turning back. This has been an awakening for me. I'm not going back. Like, those ingredients can stay on the shelf. Like, I'm good. Like, I feel like $1 billion, so I'm good. I'm good. Is it sustainable? Absolutely, yes. So I know a lot of you may be thinking, okay, you lost the weight, but now that it's over and you're eating back food groups, it doesn't matter, because we are staying away from those inflammatory ingredients still. So like for us, this is part of our lifestyle now. This is like how I look at food is completely different than how I did before. I definitely am coming from a mindset of food is either your medicine or it is poison. That's it. There is no in between. It's one or the other. And I now know the other side of life when it comes to this journey. A lot of food that we have in our stores and on the shelves, it is to kill us. It is not healthy for us. It is causing a lot of health and medical problems that we have no idea about. To everyone's defense, like if you don't know this information, you don't know. So I'm really hoping like this video has helped you kind of like turn the wheels in your brain and like really start to think about the food that you're putting into your body. Because I promise you, once you get rid of inflammatory ingredients, you will see a significant change in your health and wellness, especially if you've been struggling for a very long time. And also, what I love about this journey that I've gone on, because I'm not going to lie, I was really scared, and my husband was too, to add back ingredients, because we felt like to add back food groups, because we kind of felt like we kind of get into a diet mindset, and we felt like, oh, we're going to add this food group back, and then we're going to immediately gain weight. But actually, we continue to lose weight, and I am still losing weight, and I've added everything back. You essentially can eat what you want. as long as it's not inflammatory ingredients. And does it sound like hard to do? I don't think it's hard. I think it's just a mindset shift. And I think it's a level of education that you have to educate yourself on. And I think you just have to freaking do it. You just have to do it. Like, a lot of people think, oh, I can't do this. And it's because they don't do it. Like, literally, like, you just have to do it. Like, do it. That's it. There is no secret. There's no secret electrolyte drink. Like, no, just do it. Just quit looking for a shortcut and just read ingredients and discipline. Stay disciplined, because if you can stay disciplined, the world is yours in all aspects of life. The world is yours. I promise you. So I really hope this video was insightful and that it helped you. And put in the comments below, do you think you are inflamed? Seriously, do you think you are inflamed? Because for years, I didn't really understand that I was so inflamed. And your girl was inflamed. It was bad. But we're here now, and that's all that matters. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys later.